Hey guys, welcome back to some more astrology. Today we're going to be reading about April 15th from the book, The Secret Language of Birthdays. This is the day of human definition, and it's between 24 and 26 degrees of Aries in the third decan of Aries. And of course, Aries is a cardinal fire sign. Born on this day, we have Leonardo da Vinci. We all know who that is. Henry James, Bessie Smith, Kim Il-sung, North Korean dictator, Nico Tinbergen, Claudia Cardinal, Thomas Hart Benton, Sir Neville Mariner, Sir James Clark Ross, Richard Davis, Sir George Cadbury, Al Bloomingdale, Harold Washington, Samantha Fox, Elizabeth Montgomery, Roy Clark, Jeffrey Archer, Jamie Paz Zamora, and Walter Huddleston and David Gilhooly. Realistic to the extreme. April 15th people are definers of life as they see it. It is the human condition which interests them and which they must measure, describe, and delineate in everything they do. On the everyday level, April 15 people are busy structuring, giving shape to the needs of family and friends. Those born on this day are involved with what others are eating, wearing, thinking, and doing. Often they become over-involved, and this is where the trouble starts. Those close to April 15 people can come to resent this close observation and begin to hanker for both privacy and independence. If April 15 people go one step further and begin to impose their moral judgments as well, they will certainly face resistance. However, for more dependent personalities that need the guidance of a strong hand, April 15 people will fill a necessary role. The inspirational qualities of April 15 people can indeed be great. Thus, those who are touched by their brilliance may come to worship them, becoming passive in their presence and receptive to their wishes. Unfortunately, the less highly evolved April 15 person may have little or no interest in the welfare of others. Therefore, in instituting personal moral beliefs, he or she may act the role of petty dictator. It is a challenge to April 15 people to define clearly their relationship with those around them, and to be able to back off, both leaving others free to choose for themselves and situations to go as they will. For example, sometimes an enterprise or endeavor which has not been going well is better left to dissolve. If the April 15 person tries to hold it together out of ideological stubbornness, he or she may be doing everyone a great disservice. Openness and acceptance are important lessons for the April 15 person to learn. Those born on this day are remarkably adept at planning and founding new structures, organizations, or institutions. Generally, it is best, however, that they relinquish command of them and thus be free to move on to new pursuits. Alas, their talents for maintenance may tie them to their creations, resulting in a perpetuous existence in which they are unable to grow. April 15 people should beware of comprehending their environment too literally. Their bent is so practical, efficient, and down to earth that they may fail to fathom direct expressions of the human heart. April 15 people sometimes neglect youthful fancy in themselves by demanding an adult approach to all things. In their definition of what is human, they should consider the embryonic, childlike, and irrational aspects of humankind as well as the more mature ones. Also, it is important for them to remember the value of humor, of playing the fool once in a while, and not taking themselves so seriously. And now on to the numbers and planets. So those born on the 15th of the month are ruled by the number 6 and by the planet Venus. Those ruled by the number 6 tend to be charismatic and sometimes even inspire worship. The theme of sexual magnetism may figure heavily in the lives of those born on this day because of the combined influences of Venus and Mars. Sometimes April 15 people provoke the very irrational tendencies in others which they have repressed in themselves. And since Venus indicates a desire for harmony, April 15 people may be confused when things don't fall into place as planned. Part of the challenge here involves bringing Venus from number 6 and Mars from Aries influence into balance, so that masculine and feminine, active and receptive, can both be accepted and expressed in an easy manner. And in the tarot, the 15th card in the major arcana is the Devil card. So let's get that one. So the Devil card, you can see there. The Devil indicates fear and desire dynamic, working where sexual attraction, irrationality, and passion are concerned. The Devil holds us slave through our need for security and money. He represents our base nature grasping for security. He controls us through the irreconcilable differences which exist in our male-female selves. The positive side of this card is sexual attraction and the expression of passionate desires, but the card reminds us that although we are bound to our bodies, our spirits are free to soar. So this is the card of Saturn and Capricorn. It can represent toxicity, addictions, temptations, obsessions, bondage, greed, ego, violence, aggression, abuse, depression, mental health problems, all that kind of stuff. As far as health goes, often because of intense matters at hand, April 15 people neglect their body's condition. This may come as a surprise to others who know April 15 people to be knowledgeable about their health and concerned with keeping their life running smoothly. It may also be the case that April 15 people know much more about health than they do about disease. It sounds strange, but those born on this day should perhaps at times give in to minor illnesses, to the periodic need of their body to readjust or even break down without becoming frantic about immediately getting well. April 15 people should be aware of fanatic approaches to fitness. Since their appetites are usually good, they would do well to eat highly varied diets. Advice: learn to be more open and accepting. Watch children and learn from them. Irrationality is not always to be feared. Express yourself without fear of rejection or looking foolish. Have fun. Meditation, getting out of the way and letting things happen, is sometimes the very best thing that we can do. And the strengths: dominant, organized, and consequent. Weaknesses: judgmental, self-involved, and restricted. And that's what I have for those born on April 15th. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And until tomorrow, peace out.